All right, everyone. So I'm just going to bring your attention over here, please. So we're going to have about 10 minutes at the start of this class to work on our postures. But before we jump into that, I want to discuss with you about body language. Now, body language is going to be important when presenting. Why is it important, though? Why do you think it's so critical for when we present? Yeah, and tell you. Project confidence, right? Try. Helps the audience to know that you're serious about your message. Exactly. Robert. Right. Yeah. So it projects your message out, just like Trent said. Basically makes you look like you want to present, that you're here for a message, that you are the message, right? So I want to give you 3 scenarios that you can criticize me on, and you tell me whether it's good or bad body language. So, scenario number 1. The state I want to go to is Arizona. And the reason I want to go to Arizona is because it's really warm and I like scorpions. What do you think? Good body language or bad body language? Bad body language. Why do you think so? Yeah, I couldn't even look at my audience, right? So the paper was in front of my face. So I'm not speaking to my audience, I'm speaking to my paper. What else? Yeah. Lack of body movement. Exactly. I was kind of stiff as a log, right? So stiff as a log, talking to just my paper, not to the people in front of me. So yeah, but bad body language. So we've reached that consensus. Right. So second scenario, second example. I'm just gonna take a seat here while I present. What do you think? Good body language or bad body language? What did I do right or wrong? Nothing right, I suppose. What did I do wrong? Yeah. Yeah, for one, I sat down when this is a standing speaking presentation, so I spoke softly, very quietly. Could anyone even hear me? Yeah, I couldn't even hear myself, to be honest. Yeah, those two factors together really portrayed me, and not only that, but the fact that I was standing away from you, right? Sitting away from you and speaking in a quiet voice doesn't make me look confident. So, right, that's another example of bad body language. So here's the third example. And I'm going to, now, it's going off a little bit off topic. But I'm going to speak to you about one of my favorite subjects, and it's not related to the States, well, sort of, but more so history. So in 1865, the Union Army and the Confederate Army met at Appomattox Courthouse to finally decide the fate of the Civil War. Now, up to this point, 600,000 soldiers from both sides perished in the war. So this was a very trying moment in American history to determine the fate of the nation, whether it would become one or become separate. It all led to these two men sitting at a table and discussing about their histories. What do you think? Good body language or bad body language? Good body language. Why? Right, I projected my voice out, right? I spoke with a little more confidence. And I wasn't afraid to, walk up to you and give you the points that I thought were most important. Was there any bad body language examples? Maybe a little too much movement, I suppose. I guess that can be bad, but yeah. So do we have an idea of what body language should look like then? Perfect. Right, so that's what you're going to be at least trying to do. You don't have to do it exactly like I did, but do your best. Right? Project your confidence and use movement and let your audience hear you. So that is what we are going to do. Alright, so we've been working on posters for about 10 minutes, but I want to draw your attention back over here. So I'm going to present to you what body language and your poster should sort of look like. Now, it won't look exactly like this. We'll all have different posters, but in the end, it should be stylistic and colorful. So, my dream state to travel to is Florida. And the reason I want to go to Florida is not only because we have harsh winters here in Minnesota, and we all know, but I want to go to Disney World. And the reason I want to go to Disney World is I'm a huge, huge fan of animation and Disney in general. So it'd just be super cool to be able to make memories there and have a lot of fun. So a couple of interesting facts about my state. So 4 facts. First fact is about 1,000 people move to Florida every day. Every day. Second fact, about 40% of the world's orange juice comes from Florida. 40% of the world's orange juice comes from Florida. Third fact, all the Gatorade that you are drinking, the name of the Gatorade came from the University of Florida's Gators. And the fourth fact, Disney World was established in 1965. Now, brief history about Florida. An explorer named Ponce de Leon of Spain came to Florida, and it wasn't the state at the time, obviously, but he named Florida after Spain's Easter holiday, which contained the word Florida. So that's where the name Florida came from for our state. Now, in 1815, John Quincy Adams signed a treaty which allowed us to acquire Florida. And then in 1845, Florida officially became a state. So, that was my presentation. Now, do you think I did good? Did I do bad? Did I have good body language? Bad body language? Was my voice okay? Did I need to speak louder? What do you think? Good body language, good voice. Probably a little less movement. Probably. Well, I'm going to use a volunteers poster, and to show you, I want you to get an idea of how your classmates are coming along. So, thank you, Gloria. So, Gloria's poster, and obviously this is still in progress, but what your poster should have is your 4 facts, right? Picture of your state, or a drawing in this case. The name of your state, and it will have a history. You still need to work on that, but that's okay. But ideally, your poster should be chock full of facts and figures and creative incentives to draw your audience in, right? So, we're going to spend the rest of the hour working on your posters, and I will come along to check on your work and answer any questions. So please, please do not hesitate to come up to me with any questions. So let's get to it.